Throughout my years as an NBA basketball fan, I've learned one thing. Nothing is forever. Everybody in the NBA can be traded at any given time. And sometimes it hits very, very close to home. For this channel, if you guys are fans of the channel and you've been around a while, you know that I'm a huge De'Aaron Fox fan. And that made me a huge Sacramento Kings fan. When the rumors started around the trade deadline, or actually before that De'Aaron Fox may be moved this year, I scoffed at it and said, I don't think he's going to get moved. I don't know what's going to happen. But then last week happened. Sunday night, I was watching a movie and I looked down at my phone and I got a alert that said De'Aaron Fox has been traded to the San Antonio Spurs for Zach LaVine and a bunch of picks. And that made me very sad. But the question you have to ask yourself, are you a fan of the player or are you a fan of the team? Or both? Will I still be a Kings fan? Will I still be a Fox fan? 3 games into Fox's tenure in San Antonio, ups and downs, not so great. They won the first game, had a big lead against Atlanta, only to win the game by 1 on a Victor Wembanyama free throw with like 1.4 seconds left. 2 nights later in Charlotte, they held a big lead. They were getting trounced by Charlotte, who only won 12 games going into that game. Many people thought, oh man, Victor and Fox, they're going to be unstoppable. This team has a long way to go to be good. In fact, I think the Kings are going to have a better record this year than the San Antonio Spurs. I didn't think that when I saw this trade to go down. I don't think anybody thought it. But what do you do when your favorite player gets traded and you have a lot of his stuff and his stuff spikes in price immediately? Almost 100% overnight. Well, I had 2 Silver Prism and PSA 10s. And yes, I sold both of them. How could I not sell them? They were $125 to me, and they were going for close to $300. This was the dream scenario. But I think $300 is a little high. Now, we'll talk about that in a little bit when it comes to the price of a Silver Prism versus some of his other rookie cards that I would argue are better looking. And those have not spiked at all. So, what do I have left? I have 1 BGS 9.5 True Gem and 2 PSA 9s. My price for all 3 of these combined is $150. That's what I'm into these cards for. Should I keep selling them? Should I cross them over? Should I send them all back to PSA and try and get a 10 on all of them? I have no idea. Right now, I'm just going to sit on those. Then, you've got a couple other versions of his rookie card that I really like. Some of my favorite rookies are the color match Sacramento Kings Purple that came out of Optic that year. This, I would argue, is his best looking rookie. Maybe not this rookie Kings, but it's funny. The rookie Kings with the Kings, yeah, you get that. I had to have that. I picked that up at the National in 2023. I think it was 2023. Yeah, 2023 in Chicago when we went up on Saturday and Sunday. I picked 3 of the Optic Purples up. There are only, mind you, 88 of these in a PSA 10 right now in the population report, and I own 3 of them. I bought 1 for $40 at the Midwest Monster. I bought 1 at the National for $90, and I bought 1 offline for $60. These right now going for about $200. There's 88 of them. Conversely, in the Silver Prism, there are 530 Silver Prism PSA 10s. There's about maybe 409, couple below that, but what do I do with these? Do I sell them? Do I keep them? Do I sell some of them? I'm definitely going to keep one of them. But do I really need 3 of them when his prices are spiking seemingly overnight? I don't know. It's a tough call. I did sell the one hollow. I thought I had 2. Actually listed one for sale on eBay of the Optic Hollow, and I sold it. And then went back in the box and realized, oh crap, that's the only one I had. Another beautiful looking card. But here's the Optic Shock that came out of a mega box. I think you remember this came out of the mega box where it gave you all the rookies in one shot. I have the red and yellow version as well in a PSA 9. I don't like that card as much. These are much more better on eye appeal. But I've got 2 of them. Should I sell them? Should I save them? What do I do? These aren't even all the Fox cards I have. I've got tons of them. I've got a Fox Fast Break Hollow. I guess that's a hollow. Another one. I think I picked this up for $100. I could probably sell it for a profit right now. Oh, by the way, these, I got these for $50 each. And that, I got it for $40. So, pretty happy with those purchases way back in the day. But I only have 1 copy of this. Should I sell it? Should I keep it? Fox is my guy. Am I going to be a Spurs fan? I don't know. And then last but not least, here as far as cards go, we've got the autograph. This is the only autograph on card that I have of De'Aaron Fox when he was a rookie. I guess you call it a rookie patch auto, numbered out of 199, came out of Cornerstones. I had my eye on so many De'Aaron Fox cards over the last couple of months. And I really slowed it down when I realized that he may not be a king for much longer. And it really made me wonder, should I buy any more? Should I sell all of them? Well, when you can profit off of something, it's hard not to sell it. But when it's a player that you like and that you think he is eventually going to win a championship now that he's on the Spurs, even though it's probably going to take a while, should you hold off? I don't know. I mean, it's a really interesting question. I hate to cover that one up. We'll cover that one up. Anyway, what do I think is going to happen with De'Aaron Fox's prices? Well, they're not going to make the playoffs this year. He's going to get a ton of hype in the offseason. His prices are going to go steadily, maybe up a little. I think it's a little frothy right now in the PSA 10 version of the Silver Prism. I think $300 is a little too high for that card. I think it's more like a $240 card. This card at about $200, $150 to $200 is probably fair. The auto, I picked that up for $55, and I think now it's probably about $200. The Shock's about $100, and the Fast Break Hollow is probably about, call it a $150. And these are, well, I don't know what a true gem goes for nowadays, but these are going for like $80, and that one's probably like $160. Actually, it's probably higher than that, maybe $230, because it's a true gem, but it's going to be a little bit less than a PSA 10. So all told, I mean, I've probably got at least several $1,000s worth of De'Aaron Fox cards right now. I don't need all of them. Am I going to sell some more? Well, if they start playing better, now that he's going to get a lot more national attention, now that he's going to be the darling of the NBA, now that he's paired with Victor Wembanyama, even though he played like crap last night, 5 turnovers, 9 points in a loss that they should have won against the Orlando Magic. It was a back-to-back for them, fair enough. But, man, I'll tell you what, San Antonio is going to learn one of De'Aaron Fox's kryptonite is even though he's a clutch player, there are times when he takes plays off, when he takes games off, and where he gets disgruntled if things don't go his way, and then he takes zero accountability for it. Zero accountability. That's the one gripe I have on him, is that he never takes accountability for any time when he didn't play well. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always they didn't have enough, or it was the coach, or he's a lot of excuses, but he does it in a very, very nice way. Anyway, what do I do now that he is on the Spurs? Am I still a Fox fan? Yes, I'll probably still watch Sacramento Kings basketball as well as now San Antonio basketball. I grew up in Wisconsin. I still follow the Bucks. I live here in Indiana, so I follow the Pacers. Pretty soon, I'm literally going to follow every team. But I do follow the every team because I have the league pass and I watch a lot of basketball. Nothing wrong with that. But what would you guys do? Let me know in the comments below, what would you guys do if you were sitting on a bevy of Fox cards right now and they are spiking in value almost double what you paid for them overnight? The dude hasn't done anything yet with the Spurs. It's all anticipation for what could be. They've lost 2 out of the 3 games when he got on the team a couple of days ago. The Kings also lost 2 of the 3 games. They probably would have lost 2 of the 3 games if Fox was still on the team. The Kings, I think, at the end of this year, with the combination of Zach LaVine, Domantas Sabonis, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, Jonas Valanciunas, Keon Ellis, Keegan Murray, Jake LaRavia, they have bolstered their bench a little bit. Their starters are still good, and I think that team is still going to have a chance at a playoff series, and I hope to God it's not 8th because they're going to get their ass kicked by the Thunder. I don't know what's going to happen. The Spurs, on the other hand, I expect them to be a below 500 team. They're going to have a lottery pick. They've got a lot of good draft picks this year, and I expect them to be better next year, not this year. People thought maybe there was a chance they could sneak into the play-in game. I don't think so. I think they're going to be a 12th or a 13th team in the Western Conference, and I think the Kings are either going to be an 8th, 9th, or 10th seed. In the play-in, they'll either have the home playoff game or 2 road games or 1 road game, 1 home game. You get the picture. I'm very curious to see what happens. One last thing I'll say. Sometimes these prices don't make any sense. The price on the Silver Prism spiked to $300. That is a pop 513. There are 88 PSA 10s, and it sells for $100 less, and it's a color match. Make that make sense. Sometimes in sports cards, it just doesn't make any sense. But I hope you enjoyed that one. Thanks again for watching. I'm disappointed as a Kings fan. I'm disappointed as a Fox fan that he will not be a King anymore, but I shed a tear and move on. So with that, enjoy the Super Bowl. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.